Good day, everyone. I am Dr. Dennis Bianduyan from the Department of Education, Division of Tagum City. I will be presenting my paper with the title Effectiveness of Blended Learning Modules as Correlates of Self-Efficacy of All Students, Basis for an Action Plan. The rationale of the study. According to Strada 2021, the worldwide pandemic situation caused by coronavirus disease 2019 has led to a state of confinement of the population, which has caused an increase in stress among students. In the Philippines, the creation of modules for blended learning is flawed from the start, especially for use among public school students. With the distant learning, the success of the students is dependent on how the lessons are delivered using the blended modality. In short, the effectiveness of the module's content can bring out the efficacy of the students. If blended learning modules lack the quality of its contents, usability, and as a potential tool for effective learning, then student efficacy is also affected. There is a need to improve the module's effectiveness to empower students and improve their efficacy by learning them on their own. Shown here is the conceptual framework of the study. The independent variable is the effectiveness of blended learning module or the ability of the module to produce the expected outcomes of deep or vivid impression. The dependent variable is the student's self-efficacy, which is the likelihood of students to challenge themselves with difficult tasks to achieve a goal or outcome. A development plan is the study's output based on the low indicators needed to improve the teachers' and students' efficacies. The aim of the study is to answer the level of effectiveness of blended learning modules and students' self-efficacy. It also measures the relationship between the effectiveness of blended learning modules and students' self-efficacy, as well as the correlation between the domains of effectiveness of blended learning modules and students' self-efficacy. The study is anchored on self-efficacy theory by Albert Bandura, 1977. The study utilized quantitative, descriptive, correlational, and predictive designs and was conducted among 211 students in the alternative learning system in different centers in the central cluster in Tagum, Davao del Norte, selected through random sampling. The instrument was based on the adapted and modified questionnaires from the following: evaluating the quality, usability, and potential effectiveness of online learning modules, a case study of teaching with technology grant recipients at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville from Good 2003, and self-efficacy as an engaged learner from Shong and Mullen 2017. The data was treated with mean, standard deviation, person R, and linear regression. Here are the results of the study. Shown in Table 1 is the data on the level of effectiveness of the blended learning modules. It has an overall mean of 3.52, which is rated high. The effectiveness of the modules is high. The components of the blended learning module allows the learners to learn at their pace. Learner can acquire knowledge skills and attitude in the absence of a teacher as it defined a set of learning situations, clearly defined objectives, had tests designed to guide the learner and provide them with feedback, and capable of fitting into a variety of learning paths, methods, and situations. The highest mean of 3.62 with the standard deviation of 1.10 pertains to providing detailed and appropriate opportunities. The rating is described as high, which connotes that its effectiveness is high. This result jives with Librero 2020. Instructional materials must maintain high quality instruction and academic standards, well designed and utilized, as they play a very important aspect in maintaining the quality of instruction at the highest possible level in order to provide opportunities. The indicator allowing students to quickly perform the tasks yielded the lowest mean score of 3.41 with the standard deviation 1.02, which is described as high, hence effectiveness is high. New competencies required for the students tend to be difficult and hence finding it less likely for students to perform the tasks quickly. This jives with the results of Quisenberry 2020 that only teachers can make them happen because interfaces are difficult. Students can only improve usability when teachers are present. Shown in Table 2 is the data on the level of students' self-efficacy. It has an overall mean of 3.52 with a standard deviation 0.57, which is rated high. The student's self-efficacy is manifested most of the time. The students executed the action well that is required to deal with prospective situations. Hence, the students have the determination and perseverance to overcome obstacles that would interfere with utilizing those innate abilities to achieve goals. Self efficacy in enlisting social resources has a category mean of 3.50 with a standard deviation of 0.69, which is rated high. This indicator is manifested most of the time. Students know how to direct their learning processes by setting appropriate goals for themselves, apply appropriate strategies to attain their goals, and enlist self regulative influences that motivate and guide their efforts. The highest indicator with a mean score of 3.67 with a standard deviation of 0.96 is working well in a group involving blended learning, which is rated high and is evident most of the time. The blended learning subject is usually done in groups or as a team, thereby building social confidence. This jives with the results of Ehrenberg et al. 2018 that social confidence helps to play an active role in every area of life and more importantly in teams. The lowest item with a mean score of 3.42 with a standard deviation of 1.00 is getting my brothers and or sisters to help me with a problem which is rated high and is evident most of the time. Students with older siblings are highly likely to ask them when they experience problems related to their studies. Again, this jives with the results of Piper 2015 that when other people are involved in the activities of the students, there is a better academic achievement. The result of the correlation between the domains of effectiveness of blended learning modules and student efficacy is shown in Table 3. The quality of content is correlated to all the domains of students' self-efficacy with a p-value of 0.000. Improving the content improves the self-efficacy of the students. The findings jive with the study of Richards 2018 that when teachers place value on the quality of the content, students better cope with their studies in distance learning modality. Students cope better with the difficulties they encounter over the learning materials, thereby improving their self-efficacies. Usability is correlated with all the domains of students' self-efficacy. With a p-value of 0.000, improving usability improves the student self-efficacy. The results jive with the study of Cho 2017, that is a strong agreement on the effect of usability and self-efficacy. Potential effectiveness as a teaching tool is correlated with all the domains of students' self-efficacy with a p-value of zero point zero 0.00. Improving the potential effectiveness as a teaching tool improves the students' self-efficacy. The results jive with the study of Lane et al. 2018 that there are significant correlation coefficients between self-efficacy and effectiveness of modules as a teaching tool. Overall, the effectiveness of modules is correlated with students' self-efficacy with a p-value of zero point zero zero 0.000. Improving the effectiveness of modules improves the students' self-efficacy. This jives with the result of Berg's 2019 that effective learning modules have the ability to change the self-efficacy of students in overcoming difficult challenges that impact their learning. Table 4 shows the significance of the influence of the predictors on self-efficacy. Quality of content significantly influences students' self-efficacy with a p-value of 0.000 and t-value 5.056. This finding jives with the study of Smith and Peters 2017 that when modules feature excellent content, it has positive impacts on many aspects of the student's life, including involvement in social and recreational activities, as well as improved performance and eventually academic performance. In conclusion, the effectiveness of blended learning module is high. Moreover, the student's self-efficacy is also high. Both are manifested most of the time. There is a significant relationship between effectiveness of blended learning and students' self-efficacy. Student self-efficacy is influenced on the following domains of effectiveness of blended learning modules, namely quality of content, usability, and potential tool for effective learning. Hence, to address the following needs and indicators with low values, it is recommended to conduct seminar and training for teachers, particularly on creating and enhancing contents in the blended learning modality to improve the students' self-efficacy. Thank you very much. Madayaw, Davao.